Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Today we have 5 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Before we begin, and I probably won't do this again, but there is a trigger warning for the first story that involves a mother bringing her child into an adult bookstore and then deciding to leave the child in a hot car in the middle of summer in order to continue shopping in the adult bookstore. So fair warning, the second story starts at approximately the 4:40 marker. Anyway, let's begin. Our first post is by Fungus Taint. EM reacts to being told no in literally the crappiest way possible. This is a relatively mild encounter, but it's also mildly infuriating. I work for a small chain of adult stores. It's a really fun job that surprisingly involves a good amount of education. Most encounters I have are absolutely hilarious, and some are even heartwarming. This was not one of those times. Enter EM with her toddler on her hip. Our state has very strict policies when it comes to minors in adult stores like ours. Absolutely no one under the age of 18 is allowed inside, even if they're accompanied by an adult. The conversation went a bit like this. Me: ma'am, I apologize, but we cannot have minors in the shop. EM: this will only take a minute. Me: ma'am, it's against the law for anyone under 18 to be inside the shop. EM: I don't see why you're making a huge deal about this. He's only 2, it's not like he's going to remember. Me: personally, I couldn't care less what you decide to expose your child to, but I could lose my job and the store could face large fines. It's technically considered child endangerment. EM: unfreaking believable. EM then proceeds to go back to her car, put her toddler in his car seat alone, and walks back in. That's when I actually got pissed. It's illegal to leave a child under the age of 12 unattended in a motor vehicle for a reason. Multiple reasons, actually. Mind you, this was in the southern United States in the middle of August. It's hotter than a topless Alucard from Castlevania. Me: ma'am, you need to leave. It's also against the law to leave your child alone in a car. EM: now I know you're lying because there's no way that's a law. You're probably just a lazy worker that doesn't feel like helping customers. I found that hilarious because it's basically a summer social media staple of people bashing in windows to save young children and animals from cars that can register over 120 degrees inside. Me: it's a Class B misdemeanor for the first offense, and if any harm comes to your child, that's felony child endangerment. We have the law printed and posted on the back room because it's such a frequent issue. I will gladly get it and read it to you. EM: I don't understand why you're being so unreasonable about this. He's only going to be by himself for a few minutes. You need to mind your own damn business. And the only reason you're giving me crap about this is because I'm a single mom. Me: first off, half our staff are single mothers, and they all know better than to leave their young children unattended in a freaking car. Get out of my shop now, or I'll call the cops. Something told me that this wasn't the first time she had had an incident regarding LEOs and her objectively bad parenting, because as soon as I mentioned the cops, her whole demeanor changed. She muttered under her breath, calling me a fat effing bee, and left, but not before rummaging in her back seat and dumping used, yes, used, diapers in our parking lot before speeding off. Out of random luck, my coworker had a grabber in her car from volunteer cleanup she did at her apartment complex. Naturally, both of us were just left flabbergasted. We've both dealt with white trash before, but she took the effing cake. Or, in this case, dirty diapers littered all over our storefront. Moral of the story: it's okay to be thirsty. Just hire an effing babysitter. Too long didn't read. Entitled mother tries to take her kid into an adult bookstore, promptly gets turned away, tries to come back in, is turned away again because it's illegal to leave young children alone in cars. EM gets pissed and retaliates by throwing her toddler's used diapers in the parking lot. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is posted by Nightfall Undead. Entitled Karen calls the cops on me after her son tried to steal my swimming goggles. Karma is served. Hi Reddit, I hope you all are staying happy during these tough times. But in the off chance you aren't, figured I'd post a story to try and make people laugh at the bat crap crazy lady. Context: this happened a few years ago and it still pisses me off when I think about it. Cast: Entitled Mother, Karen. Entitled Kid, EK. My babysitter, Sasha. Name has been changed for privacy reasons. Cops, C1 and C2. Now that the context and the cast are out of the way, let's get started on the story. In my town, we have a large pond that people go to for swimming and kayaking, and unfortunately, many of the people who go there are entitled. I have easily dozens of stories about Karens at this place. Anyway, it was a hot summer day, so Sasha and I went to the pond to cool off. In the center of the swimming area, there's a dock that people jump off of into the pond. So we arrive and dive in. But unfortunately, in comes EK. When I swim over to the dock and climb up, he's there looking for trouble. For more context, I love swimming underwater, still do to this day. So naturally, I had a pair of goggles on. The conversation is as follows. EK: "Hey, nice goggles. Can I have them?" Me: "Sorry, I'm using them." EK: "No, you're not. You aren't even in the water." Me: "I said no. Now back off, pal." The entitled kid then proceeds to try to take them off my face by grabbing them. Now keep in mind, I was about 10 years old then, and this kid was easily 15 or 16. I jumped off the dock to get away from him, but sadly EK followed. EK: "Give me your goggles now or I'll hit you." He punched me square in the face. Being a 10-year-old and not really knowing what else to do, I started screaming and swinging my fists at him. He swam away to the shore. I thought it was over. Well, the crap was about to hit the fan. I kept swimming around, minding my own business, when suddenly I heard the ear-piercing shriek of what could only be an entitled mother. Karen: "Little boy, where's your effing mother?" Me: "She's not here. As I previously stated, I was here with my babysitter Sasha." Karen: "Then how the hell did you get here?" Sasha: "Excuse me? What are you yelling at him for?" Karen: "I knew your mother was here. Your son punched my son in the stomach and tried to drown him." Me: "That's a lie. He tried to take my goggles and he punched me in the face, so I defended myself." Sasha gestured for me to come back to the shore. When I walked up to her, she immediately saw the big red mark EK's fist left on my face. Sasha, now angry: "Ma'am, I can see the mark on his face. Please leave me and him alone." Karen: "He did that to himself. I'm calling the police and I'm going to have all of you arrested." Karen proceeds to call the cops. They arrive quickly. Karen: "Thank goodness you're here, officers. This little bench hit my son and tried to drown him in the pond." Cop 1: "Ma'am, is this true?" Sasha: "Of course not. OP was swimming and EK tried to take his goggles, and when OP refused, EK punched him in the face." I then show the police officer the red mark on my cheek. Cop 2: "Stay here, all of you." The two cops step aside and discuss something. Meanwhile, Karen and her crotch goblin are staring daggers at me and Sasha. Having seen the commotion, the lifeguard came over and asked the officers what was going on. Thankfully, he had seen the whole thing go down. Lifeguard: "Officers, OP is telling the truth. I saw everything." Karen: "No, he's effing lying. I demand to speak to your commanding officer." Long story short, Karen was fined $500 for false calls, and the lifeguard bought me ice cream from the snack shop for my troubles. Too long didn't read. Karen lied and said I tried to kill her son, so she got fined $500 for false calls and I got ice cream. If you've been watching until here and are enjoying my content, please put some heart emojis in the comment section down below. Our next story is by Blueberry Pancakes 90. Entitled to Their Nintendo Switch. Edit: I got the parental controls figured out. I can't wait to see their faces. Cast: EK, entitled Kids; ED, entitled Dad. Once every 2 weeks, we have dinner with the family. Not everyone can make it every time, but since most of us are not working, this part of the family could attend. Note: our elders don't speak the local language, and only a tad of English will be relevant later. The first time they came over and saw my Nintendo Switch, the dad insisted I should let the kids, 5 and 6 I think, play. I thought whatever, fine. What could go wrong? I set up Mario Kart for them and returned to the dinner table. When they left, I was honestly shocked how dirty they left my stuff. They had been eating raisins in our couch, and the Switch was covered in chewed up sticky raisins. It even got under the buttons. It was disgusting. I spoke to my boyfriend and he told me that he'd side with me, but to avoid drama, he asked me to make up an excuse to why they weren't allowed to play anymore. He took the whole thing apart and replaced the shell because he couldn't get the stickiness off. Next dinner happens. They walk in. EK: "And where's our toy?" Me: "It's not here. Sorry." ED: "And why is that? They came here to play on the Switch." Me: "It's charging. Also, I don't have that game anymore." Wasn't a lie. I deleted Mario Kart 7 to make space for Animal Crossing. ED: "What games are on it?" Me: "Sorry, it doesn't matter." ED: "Yes, you say there's no kids games, so what titles?" Me: "That's really none of your business." I said no. ED: "Kids, maybe you should ask Grandpa." EK: "Grandpa, she has our game." Grandpa: "Aw, OP, they want to play on the console. console. Me. I know, and I told them and Dad no. Grandpa was very confused about the situation and told Dad, okay, then PS4 titles? I'm assuming that's not yours to take away from my kids. Me. Actually, it is. It's not my boyfriend's, it's mine, and frankly, I'm not letting them touch anything of value since the last time I had to change my housing because of how nasty they left it. ED, eye rolls. EK. So now what? We can't play with our toy? Me. It's not your toy, and no. Cue crying, parents acting like I'm a horrible human being. The next dinner, I got home late from work, and they legit took my Switch off my desk. I walked in and grabbed it from their paws, looked straight at the dad, and told him he knew well enough I said no. It's awful that I have to hide my stuff in my house, but I'm grateful the rest of my family is not like that and say I'm right. I have so many stories about these kids. It's a shame that their parents raised them to be so spoiled. I sincerely hope that they grow out of it and we can laugh about it one day. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is by Bill and Infamous 5. EM tries to steal my Switch while I was waiting for my glasses. Before we begin, I swear to all the fathers, I thought those stories about Switch bandits in the wild were all made up, but holy hell, I was wrong. Last night, I got into a scuffle in a convenience store down the street and my glasses broke. My backup pair was also broken, so I had to wake up and get my happy butt to the glasses shop to have the lenses put into new frames. Figuring I'll be there for a while, I brought my Switch Lite since Hearthstone Battleground lags my phone like crazy. I get there, they do the whole COVID wellness check, and I take a seat by the door to wait my turn. In walks Karen and her 2 crotch goblins. There's no employee at the door yet, as they're all crazy busy, so one of the techs says to Karen, "Someone will be right with you," and goes back to working. I'm obliviously playing BOTW. Now that the scene is set, let's begin the dumb foolery. Cast: Karen, entitled Woman, K1 and K2, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, me, E, Employee, PO, Police Officer, a friend of mine from junior high who has been an officer for the last few years. K1: Hey, that guy has a Switch. Hey mister, can I see it? Me: Sorry little dude, I'm in the middle of something. K2: Please, we broke ours and want to play yours. Me: No can do, kid. Sorry. Karen: Give them the game or else. She said this very quietly, but thanks to my oversensitive hearing, I heard her loud and clear. Me: Are you serious right now? Or else what? Karen: Are you threatening my children? Me: No, I'm asking you to clarify what you said, or else what? At this point, the employee comes to do the wellness check on the 3 hobbits. Employee: Hello, ma'am. How can I help you today? Karen: Yes, I'm here to get my angel's glasses. This man stole their game. Make him give it back. Employee: I saw him playing it before you got here, so I'm not going to do that. Also, sir, you can go to the repair desk. They're ready for you. Me: Thank you, sir. And I go, thinking that this was all over. Boy, was I wrong. At some point in the last 30 minutes it took them to find new frames, Karen called the police. I get my frames and start to head out when I see a police officer talking to Karen, so I decide to stick around for a minute. She gestures over to me a few times and then sits back down. Police officer turns around and sees me, laughs a little, and walks over. Police officer: Hey Bill, this lady says you stole her kid's Switch and hit one of her kids. Any idea why she said that? Me: Because she's a grunt. Police officer: Dude. Me: Nah, for real. Her kids asked to play it. I told them no, and she said, give it to them or else. And when I asked her to explain what or else was, going on about me threatening her kids and some other stupid crap, I can assure you, this is my Switch. Got all the details in it and everything. This lady is just a loon. Police officer: Okay, you got a few minutes to hang around while I ask the employee and see if I can check the security footage? Me: I want to smoke, so I'll be right out in front. Hey Karen, he's about to go check the security footage to see if you're being honest or about to catch a charge for filing a false police report. And just so you know, I'm the kind of guy who has nothing better to do than press charges. Karen: Oh, screw you. You probably touch kids. At this point, police officer's turning red from holding back laughter. He goes into the back, and I go outside to smoke when another officer shows up. We chat for a while, waiting for the cop to come back. Apparently, Karen was finishing up the glasses for her hellspawn, so he knew she would be out any minute. Police officer: All right, man. Thanks for sticking around. We're done here. Me: Right on. Need anything else from me? Police officer. Yeah, can you hang out here with us until she leaves? I don't want her to cause any problems in the parking lot. Me. So how does a charge of wasting an officer's time work anyway? Does she just get a ticket or something? Police officer. Man, that's a lot of paperwork, and we weren't too far away, so I'd rather not if it's all the same to you. Me. Yeah, alright, fair enough then. But can you make it look like you're taking my statement about it when she walks out? I kinda wanna freak her out. They both laugh and say no. Karen walks out to her car. Her crotch goblins get in the back. Officer 2 notices neither of them have car seats or boosters. He almost skips over to her car and gives her a ticket while me and the cop walk back to my car laughing at her losing her mind over a ticket. End of the story. I got 2 new pairs of glasses, kept my Switch, Karen got a ticket, and to celebrate, I bought myself the Johnny Silverhand 18-inch figure from Walmart. As Ice Cube said, it was a good day. Moving on to our final story. Our final story is by Snowstar35. EM demands I come home or move out. Okay, so after the death of my significant other, I had to move back in with my family down in Texas. This happened a few years ago. I was 29 female at the time. I was seeing someone who was 27. He had picked me up in front of my house, paid for his own gas to do so. We spent the day together and I slept over at his place. I wake up and look at my phone to see what time it was. It was about noon, and I see my mom had blown up my phone with text messages. Mom. Are you up? Time, 7 a.m. Mom. Hello? Are you up yet? You need to come home. 8:30 a.m. Mom. Come home. 9 a.m. Mom. Come home. 9:30 a.m. Mom. Come home or move out. 10:15 a.m. A little more background. At the time, I was thinking of moving out with my friends since my aunt, my mom's sister, would need a room for some weeks since she had fallen and broken her hip. I sigh and curse under my breath. My friend had woken up an hour before. Jason, not his real name, asked me what was wrong. Me. My mom's blowing up my phone telling me to come home or move out. Jason. You're joking, right? Me. No. Shows him the phone. Jason. I can talk to my landlord. Me. Please do. I'd honestly been thinking about moving early anyway, since my aunt needs my bedroom. I'd be stuck on a short couch for a few weeks. I wouldn't be getting good rest. Jason talks to his landlord, and they're okay with me moving in, and we talk to his brother, and he offers to help me move out. We get back to my house, and my mom confronts me. Mom. Where were you? Me. I spent the night at a friend's place. Mom. Why didn't you answer your phone? Me. We were sleeping. We only woke up at about noon. Mom. You should have been home earlier. I need your help around here. Mom wanted help cleaning the house. Me. Mom, he picked me up. I wasn't about to tell him he had to have me home by a certain time since he was paying for the gas, and Jason and his brother are here helping me move out. Mom. What? I need your help around here. Your aunt will be staying with us. Me. Mom, you told me to move out, and since Aunt Mary will need my room, I'm just gonna move out early. We get my stuff packed, and I move in with my then boyfriend at the time. Too long, didn't read. Mom demands I move out after not answering my phone because I was sleeping. I move in early with my boyfriend. All names have been changed. Anyway, that's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit posts will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my content, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.